Peace and blessings, y'all. Welcome to GOAT James Kingdom. We have a good episode for y'all, as this episode will be how LeBron James haters just prove how great LeBron James really is. So an MJ delegate in our group decided to make a post about LeBron James and his totals. Now, we always argue about totals versus per game averages and which one is more valuable. But in this post in particular, he wanted to show how longevity really affects someone when it comes to totals. Here are the list of totals that he posted in our group. First, he starts off with the most games played in NBA history. Now, the key in this whole situation is to look at what names are on these lists. These are the players who have the most points in NBA history. These are the players in NBA history that have the most field goals made. Look at the names on the list. These are the most three-point field goals made in NBA history. These are the players with the most free throws made in NBA history. These are the players with the most assists in NBA history. Again, look at the list. Here are the top players in steals in NBA history. So as we can see, there are several common themes in these lists, but that wasn't the point of the post. He actually brought up these totals as well. These are the most missed field goals in NBA history and the players that are on this list. These are the players with the most three-point field goals missed. These are the players with the most missed free throws in NBA history. And this is the most infamous totals for LeBron James, which is most turnovers in NBA history. But again, look at the names on these lists. So the point of the post was to show that longevity really doesn't have that much an effect on greatness, because obviously LeBron James is also in the bad categories like turnovers and missed field goals in NBA history. But that got us to thinking something about LeBron James' greatness. If you take a look at all the names on the list, what you're seeing is among the greatest players to ever play the game of basketball. These are the greatest players in NBA history. This is what happens when you have an illustrious NBA career. Your totals will show and reflect as an illustrious career. Let us just use the turnovers as an example. Look at the names and the players on this list. These are among the greatest players to ever play the game of basketball, the greatest passers to ever play the game of basketball. Being on this list is not negative at all. It is not a knock against any one of these players. In fact, none of you would even know these players were on this list if it wasn't for LeBron James. That's how great LeBron James is. Also, because LeBron James haters are so biased, they completely only hold LeBron James accountable for all of his turnovers and none of these great players here. And this is why LeBron James is also the greatest player to ever play the game of basketball. So great that people talk about him as if he's one of the worst players to ever play the game of basketball because of such totals. Look at the players on this list. You're going to tell me none of these guys know how to shoot the basketball? Or this is a stat that reflects bad shooting or a bad shooter? This is what LeBron James does to NBA fans. His greatness does this to them. So when trying to make LeBron James look bad by bringing up turnovers and most missed field goals, all they do is show LeBron James' greatness, because he's listed with the greatest players to ever play the game of basketball. And any true basketball fan would understand that when you have an illustrious career such as LeBron James and these other players, you're going to stand high in most totals. And that's a sign of greatness. So when a LeBron hater comes in our group with this nonsense, we just laugh it off, because it's obvious they don't know how to talk basketball, let alone actually know basketball, because the greatest players of all time are shown here on this list, and LeBron James is shown to be great by them.
You motherfuckers ain't ready for this.